Hey everybody, it's your girl Meek. Welcome to Meek's Bottom Line, where friends gather and we talk about Philly sports. I have my crew here. We have my husband Newt. I have Big Boy Loy shopping around. OG Chuck
Hey,
representing the Phillies. Adrienne and her Eagles and Phillies in the background. And we lost Rocky, but he'll be back, I'm sure. So much to touch on. So we're going to just get started. As the Phillies just lost a little while ago their opener to the Texas Rangers 11-7. All of the teams played today in the opener. I know Nola gave up 5 runs in the fourth, and I guess it was all downhill from there because when I tuned in, it was 4-0, and I turned the channel real quick, and then when I turned back, it was 11-4. I think it was 11-6. I was like, what the hell? So we tried to make a run and it didn't work. So this is the only game one. So the final score was 11-7.
it's only game one, but they better address the bullpen. The bullpen couldn't hold them. So I hope that doesn't rear its ugly head again.
Yeah, I hope not either, because we're not. It is game one. That's all I'm gonna say.
159 more to go, I think.
So we'll just
161.
Yeah, 161.
You guys remember, it's a marathon. We just got to hold on and just be patient. Just be patient. It's just one game.
Just one game.
I hear you. I'm with you, honestly. Yep. But Nola is our number one, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. The first game, I'm just gonna let it go. Just to touch on the Flyers, they do play the Ottawa Senators tonight at 7. The Flyers are 29-32, and they are in next to last place, and not eliminated from the playoffs, but very close.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, if we don't make the playoff, we're gonna be like in the top 3 for the number 1 pick.
So that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
That's right. Take some positive out of it.
Well, that's the only one that I see. So we're gonna keep rolling on. Next, as we go through from the least to the first, NCAA men's basketball. Adrian, are you still in it? How's your bracket?
Okay.
Like everybody
Bracket's
else.
done.
I'm still alive for the championship. I got UConn. I picked UConn.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, me and Chuck picked UConn. Remember that?
Right, picked UConn.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm rooting for you. So
doesn't Miami have the Philly connection?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm pulling for Miami.
Okay.
Just for some FYI, this is the first time in NCAA men's basketball history that all number 1 seeds were eliminated before the Elite 8.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's also only 3 times before in 1980, 2006, and 2011 that no number 1 seed made it at all to the Final Four.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So the Final Four set, you have San Diego State versus the Florida Atlantic Owls. Never even heard of them.
You never heard of San Diego State?
San Diego State, maybe. Florida Atlantic Owls, absolutely not.
Well, the most famous person that ever came out of San Diego State was
Kawhi.
Tony Gwynn. It was Tony Gwynn, the Hall of Fame baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kawhi Leonard went there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, those are fun facts. So that game, the first game is at 6:00 on Saturday with San Diego State and Florida Atlantic Owls. And the favorite is San Diego State. And then the second game is the UConn Huskies versus Miami. So that's at 8:49 tip off.
And Florida's coach is Bobby Hurley from Duke's brother.
Oh, wow.
And let's give Dawn Staley some love.
Oh wait, that's next.
Right.
That's been the best series to me.
Coming up on the for the women, as Chuck was saying, Dawn Staley's undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks, who will at 36
they play tomorrow.
Will face Iowa and the dynamic guard Caitlin Clark. Iowa and the Gamecocks are looking to become the 10th team to go through the season unbeaten and the first to repeat as champions since UConn won 4 in a row from 2013 to 2016. And Caitlin Clark, who plays for Iowa, is the Associated Press Player of the Year.
While we're on women's basketball, I wanted to give some love to Maddie Sechrist of Villanova. I think it's an unreported story. She's the first team All-American woman in Villanova history, basketball history. She's also the all-time leading scorer, men or women, in Villanova history. And she's also the Big East all-time leading scorer in women's basketball, women or men.
Wow.
She also was the leading scorer in the country this year at 29.2 points a game. So just want to give her a shout out.
Yeah, she's a
Great
beast.
facts. Those are some
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second year, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
To the championship. So they're trying to reach. For the women's Final Four, you have Virginia Tech versus LSU. That's at 7. And then Iowa versus Dawn Staley and the South Carolina Gamecocks at 9.
So you know who I'm rooting for? Dawn Staley.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The home
You
girl.
guys, listen, I gotta go because I gotta drive, but
All
on
right.
the next
Well,
one, I
Stay on the
got.
road, man.
We'll
All
let
right,
you know
man.
Be
for the next
careful out
Blitz
there.
game. Thanks for tuning in, Lloyd.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Never drive and do a podcast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You can start
So
drive,
the
kid.
Peace Day response is about our Sixers. So last night the Sixers beat Dallas 116 to 108. Harden, who had missed 4 games, returned with Embiid, who missed 1. The Sixers now have over 50 wins in their fewest amount of games played since 2001. Embiid had 25 points, 9 rebounds. Harden added 15 points, 12 assists as we beat Dallas. Any fun facts?
Oh, I got a couple.
Okay. I have a lot of notes, but I have to be honest, I went to sleep very, very early last night.
Well, Embiid and Harden are on pace to
Mhm.
have the most assists player to player, okay, in the last 25 years.
Mhm.
The list includes Rondo to Cousins, 2015 to 2016 at 4.0, Chris Paul to Blake Griffin at 3.9, and Terrell Brandon to Kevin Garnett at 3.9. That was in 1998-99.
Yeah.
So the Sixers, so Embiid and the Harden are at 4.8 right now. So if everything holds, they should establish that.
Okay.
Also, I'm tired of hearing this stuff about and Biebs a punk, this, that, or other, because he didn't play against Djokovic in that Denver game. That they keep that's the national media.
Yeah, I
But we
did hear
know in
that.
Philadelphia, we're looking for him to be healthy. So
Yes, yep.
they can say what they want. The chip is more important than his health.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
That
Well,
sounds like loser talk, Chuck.
Well, you know what? In a perfect world, it would be beautiful if the Sixers could make it to the finals and Denver could make it to the finals. And then we could settle this. Who's the better player between Embiid
who's
and
the
Djokovic?
better player? That's right.
Mm.
And as we are third in the East, third seed in the East, and the Bucks and Celtics are playing now. So I'm excited. Is that what you're watching, Chuck?
Yeah, Boston's up 49-30.
Oh, it's in the second quarter already. Okay. All right. So we're looking forward to that. And then as we back up a little, Friday night, we lost to Golden State because we spoke on Thursday. So Friday night, we lost to Golden State in a good game. I mean, it was very exciting. And the Warriors, of course, with their weapons, Steph, Poole, their whole team. I mean, they're champions, and they play like they're champions, and they hit like they're champions.
And they're desperate right now too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, they're desperate. Yeah, they're scrambling trying to get in.
Yeah, well, they look good. They look good. When they're on, they're on.
Well, Poole looked good the fourth quarter, scoring 20 points in the fourth quarter. So yeah, they did it though.
Gotta do it. The Warriors rallied back from 11 down. Steph, Jordan, stayed on the course with Clay and Draymond Green. Embiid I'm sorry, 13 for 23, 19 of 22 in free throws, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. And he had that was snapped on Wednesday when he had the franchise record of having 30 points or more. So, but who cares? He's still our MVP. And he says he doesn't care about the MVP, so
we know better than that.
Yeah. I'm more worried about James Harden Achilles because he's actually talking about his Achilles heel. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about that.
Well, it shows that I think we do need him. And just for that game with the Warriors, and I did apologize for being a little hard on PJ Tucker and his role with us, but that particular game, the glue was that glue. And he shot 0 for 5 and was scoreless, and
nothing.
McDaniels didn't play. And you know what was mentioned, Tobias, this is what I'm talking about with Tobias Harris, where he disappears. And I know sometimes, he's there and he makes plays, but he just has these games, this streak where he's not as valuable as he should be.
Where he's missing in action.
Yeah, missing in action.
Not even a top scorer. You have Tyrese Maxey that's top 3. So I really think we need him, and he shows up sometimes. So that's my fact about Tobias.
I don't know. Maxey's looking bad defensively too. They got to guard that guard position a lot better. Them guards for the Sixers.
Well, I think they got to regroup. I think really they're exhausted. They played 11 of the last 15 games were on the road. So
yeah.
I think they're just exhausted.
And at times at the end of the fourth quarter, it looks like they are just flat-footed, and that's when the other team just sneaks up and they're still scoring.
Well,
I hope so. For the playoffs is right around the corner.
Well, the good thing is with that play-in tournament, they should get some rest because they won't be involved in that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, looking forward to some rest.
Looking forward to
so Saturday night we lost to the Phoenix Suns 125-105. The Suns are also desperate.
West Coast.
I know. We didn't do well. We didn't do well on this road trip. But the Suns also snapped a 3-game losing streak. And they had lost 6 of their last 7 games. And the game was tight for the first 3 quarters. And then they had a 26-11 run to turn to a tie game, 15-point advantage early in the fourth quarter. So that's what was that. No Embiid. Embiid played. He had 28 points and 10 rebounds. Tyrese finished with 37 points and on 14 of 19 shooting. So I have to stop reading my notes. Well, I wish I could. So, and then on Monday, right, we played Denver. We had no Embiid and no Harden. You want me to put the notes up here?
No,
okay.
Then you can too.
I'm just reading my notes. So, no Embiid, no Harden, and Jokic posted his 29th triple-double of his season. However, the takeaway was the bench at the end of the end. So, and that's when I woke up.
Yep.
And it was
the refs did us in again, and the refs did us in again at the end with the bench in.
Yeah. We were so close. But led by Shake, Korkmaz, House, Harrell, and Springer. So we came back and we were down by 3 and just couldn't surpass it. But
seal the deal.
Starters in. So that says a lot for our bench now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys like, yep, that's it.
Yep.
We summed it up.
And our Sixers slam dunk champion, Matt McClung, is in the run to be the MVP in the G League this year.
In the G, yeah.
Okay. So when will that? Will he ever
come play here?
Come to the Sixers?
At least one game.
Well, I don't look. A lot of people are looking at him, so hey, he may get snatched.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What they might say? What, one of them 10-day contracts or something?
Yeah, but he'll probably be next year. He's not making a playoff team, not this year.
No, not this year.
Of course not. Of course not.
Mm-hmm. Adrian, no comments. You're a little quiet. You all right?
You okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't watch any game. It was all just very late for me. So
On the West Coast.
your recap was information. Nothing I could say.
Very, very hard to say.
I second that. I concur.
Yeah,
You are giving great contribution, Adrian, though, with your screen.
absolutely.
That's what I'm here
no,
for.
not until she get rid of that dude.
Well, I like the picture.
I do.
So
The special effects are great.
Right, exactly.
Yes, they are. So I thank you, Adrian, for
There's
the
another one, I'm sure.
What does everyone think about the Eagles signing Marcus Mariota as a backup quarterback to Jalen?
I
Yeah,
think
great move.
I like it.
yeah, Mariota,
Right.
right?
And
Was
who did we
he,
have?
was he the Heisman Trophy winner?
We
Yeah,
played.
We had
He was
Minshew
runner-up.
before.
He was
Runner-up.
runner-up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good one.
I think that's a good move, better than Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think that was like one of the best hit moves outside of well, no, I think that actually I'll even say that. I think that's probably one of the best offseason moves for him. You don't have to really change too much with the offense, like when you bring him in.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he's got size.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're looking forward to adding
And first time he's playing behind a good offensive line too. So, we should see.
And also we signed was it Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox, and Brandon Graham have agreed to finish their careers with the Eagles, and that was unread. Okay, so I remember that. So I thought that was very interesting to hear from the owner yesterday about signing them and them wanting to play with the Eagles and making it their last stop. So that's very admirable.
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah.
And they're bringing the Kelly Green uniforms out of mothballs.
Yes, yes. It's not my favorite green, but okay.
Numbers on the uniforms they changed and something where
the 0, they're allowing 0 now. Yeah.
Yeah. So but it's weird because the uniforms you can't even recognize the team, especially with basketball. Like the uniforms are just so different. What was the one team? It was pink and blue, and it was like it doesn't even look like
the alternate uniforms. That's what they call them, alternate uniforms.
That's what it looked like too. Very, very electric.
Very electric.
You're asking yourself, like, who are we playing? And you can't even identify the team because the colors just
the one uniform got flamingos and everything on
it. It's just very different. So
hey, look, if y'all get a moment too, that football league, the XFL league, and then the other league, USFL league, that's some pretty damn good football. It's pretty good. You gotta check it out.
What is the XFL and the USFL?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems a lot faster for some reason. It's a lot. The XFL. I've watched a few games. It's a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. They have different rules, different style, slightly.
But Kevin was saying, which one has the smaller field?
Inside USF? Which one they play like inside the arena?
XFL, right? It's the XFL that has the 50-yard field, right? Right.
There's a short field and it's inside or something.
I think that
okay. So the Rocks League is what, the USFL? Because I always forget that one. That's the one that's on now, I think.
The XFL is on now.
Yeah. Okay. And then they outside. Then they outside. They play at like smaller stadiums, like college stadiums. USFL too, I think, is outside too. I forgot what the Arena League.
That's what I was thinking about with the half field. That's right. That was the Arena League.
Yeah, that's the Arena League. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're both outside there. They play in like college stadiums and stuff.
Okay.
Some college stadiums are just as large as professional stadiums.
Professionals,
they are.
Not as comfortable though.
You would know, Chuck. Where haven't you gone?
Hey, it's great being retired.
I bet it is. Wait, so what's the Sixers' next game? That's what I didn't see.
No.
Well, Boston's playing tonight. Not saying
Oh, the
that.
next game is tomorrow, 7:00. The Raptors,
Okay, yep.
Toronto.
Okay, and we have 7 games left. 6 games now, or is it 7 games? 6 or 7 games. So
Yeah.
we're
Right. I was gonna say yeah, 6 or 7
definitely-
games.
this is a coming down the stretch thing. I just want to see what's the score without Boston, Chuck?
It's now 61 Boston, 38 Milwaukee.
Woo!
They putting it on them.
I see. I see. Anybody sitting out?
I think it's a statement game tonight.
Middleton
by
probably.
Boston.
Giannis played last night. I think he's coming back from injury.
Really?
I don't know.
Giannis was out.
Well, Holiday had 51 last night.
Yeah, and yeah, Giannis played yesterday.
Drew.
So he must have made all his points last night.
Look at Drew. Okay. Good for
Mhm.
him. I mean, we're not really rooting for him. We're just saying.
I'm
Look
not
at
rooting for him, but I've been watching him since he's been on that team, and he's
Well, I root for him only, except when he plays us. I mean, we drafted him.
That's
Exactly. Yeah, we
And
got him.
I hated to see him go. He was our only
Me
all-star when they traded him.
Yep.
Well, I root for him because it's my cousin.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, Adrian Holiday Singletary. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Okay.
Tamika, what? I don't know
No,
what this is about.
I just
I
didn't
thought
know.
you knew that.
I just didn't know. I mean, I've known her for some time. I just didn't know. We never went to a game or anything.
Well, he's younger than us.
Need more reason.
I'm gonna just leave it at that. Cousin Drew, we wish we wish him the best.
You gotta get him on the show.
Yeah,
He's
you don't
busy
even
right
mention
now,
his
but
other
I'll
brother.
I'll go through the channels.
See what you can do.
He has another brother. He has a brother that play on another team, no?
Yeah,
You got
He has two other brothers.
Two other
Yeah,
brothers.
2 other brothers.
yeah. We don't really talk to them.
Justin
Damn.
Justin Holiday and Aaron Holiday.
And Aaron, yeah.
That's how she rolls. I don't even know who they are. Okay. Just stick
You
with
say
it.
they not my cousins, just him.
Hey, that's pretty good. 3 brothers in the NBA. That's
Yeah, I know.
pretty
That's
good.
It's like the Anna could,
Yes.
Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Giannis.
Giannis.
Simple.
Giannis. Yeah.
Giannis.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Yes. And then we do play the Bucks on Sunday at 8.
We do.
Yeah.
And then we play Boston.
Oh my goodness. This is
Yeah. This is
nail
it.
biter.
This is it.
This is nail biter.
And I
stuff.
believe
Tough
we play
schedule.
Miami to end the season.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm.
And Miami's probably going to need that game.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, we can give it to him because the last thing we need is for Joel to get hurt.
Well, they're fighting to get out of to stay out of the play-in anyway. I don't think they're going to make it, but they'll probably be in the play-in.
So we are 2-1 over the Bucks. So look at that.
Yeah.
Both,
We can beat
Yeah, I'd rather see the Bucks in the second round
Boston.
opposed to Boston.
Yeah, I want
I
them to
agree.
fight it out like they did the last year. That was
Yeah.
that was a great series. I mean, you want to talk about some great basketball? That was it. That's the kind of stuff that does it for me. Ooh, let them do it. Keep us out of it. But we got to get past Miami or whoever we play. So
Probably Brooklyn.
Yep, it's looking like Brooklyn.
It's looking like Brooklyn at a steady pace.
and they're pretty tough. Those young guys, whoever they are
Yeah, it's funny how they come together after they get rid of the egos of the stars.
that
And then
is
it's just,
Well, they got a good
guys-
coach. Jacques Vaughn's a good coach.
He's a good looking coach too.
Oh, wow.
that's just a fun fact. Your fun fact. She has fun
Is
fact.
this thing on?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I like how they've been playing as a collective.
Mhm.
Oh, and the
But you
boys,
expected it to be easier.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Mikal Bridges is lighting it up.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, he's taking over the spot from
that ball.
what is his
Yeah,
name?
that bull. That bull shut down for the rest of the year.
Listen, y'all don't
We
remember
know.
me saying he don't want to play basketball.
Well, Kevin says that the bench hurts. I think it's his back. You know,
No,
those
he
those,
don't want to play
those
basketball.
chairs.
Bench hurt is there to the back.
I don't know what kind of chairs they
He
have.
don't
Well,
wanna
they
play-
owe him over 70 more million on that contract for the next 2 years. So
He just stole a
they
bunch of
can't-
money.
They can't even give him away now.
Are shaking their head like, what the hell?
That heart trade is looking better and better every day.
I bet you he's shaking his all the way like, yeah.
Wearing the worst, most expensive gear on the bench. That's what because sometimes, well,
You better save some money.
He's involved with other stuff. He
should
makes
have
films and stuff like
wealth
that.
with that
He
contract.
ain't worried about no
Stuck
bread.
us up with.
Yeah, but they have fancy overheads, and they don't. He's not going to treat his money the way I or you would treat the money.
That's true.
He's proven to be thick-headed, so I don't know if he's accepted that he isn't as good as everybody told him he was.
well,
Yeah,
So he may still think that he is and blow some money.
that's very well said, and we just don't know. We just don't know. But I'm glad he's not here. So
Right.
He can be Brooklyn's problem. He's not our problem.
That's right.
We've moved on from that.
He's going to be his parents' problem.
Yeah.
Because he'll be out of the league.
That's all right.
I see that coming soon.
Yeah,
he
fleeced the league.
What you say?
I said he's fleeced the league enough.
Wentz can hang out together because he'll be out the league too.
Yeah, Carson.
But he'll be rich, but he'll be out the league too.
There'll be two rich.
It should be like a team of them. Create a whole nother sport of what do they call them? People who didn't amount to anything.
Yeah, there you go, Rock. Philly has-beens. I like that.
Pretty good. That's a good title. I might write.
Philly robbers.
The Philly robbers. Yeah.
Robbed and gone. The has-beens.
What's the other ball? Off the Sixers. Didn't play.
Philly never was.
Didn't play a game. Came from LA. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Man.
Oh, you talking about Bynum?
Yeah,
there you go.
Bynum. Yeah. Another robber.
Well, he did do something in LA. Like
No, we're talking about here. He got
here. Okay.
Second, I think he played not one game, maybe one.
Yeah.
Maybe
we took our team up for him. That's how we went to the bottom.
Wow.
Philly robbers.
Yeah.
Philly robbers. Well,
I always said that was a bad deal. He had bad feet. You can't fix that. Like he had problems with his feet. You gonna give him orthopedic shoes and run up and down the floor and play 82 games? That's not possible.
Plus he had a bad work ethic too.
Right.
Yeah, he was lazy.
Yeah. That's what I guess what happened when you get that bread at 18 or something when he comes.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, I'm glad none of them are a problem. They have moved on to greener pastures or money
out to the pasture.
Ousted. They've been ousted from their greener pastures and their wooden court. Well, I think we've hit the gamut with all our teams.
Big fight coming up.
Oh yes, yeah. But so every week you're gonna talk about that one.
Yeah, that's right. He's a promoter, so I won't forget. Yeah.
What fight is that, Kevin?
That fight.
Okay.
You should.
He's our resident boxing expert.
Yes,
that's right.
It's Gervonta Tank Davis against Garcia. What's his first name?
Ryan
Garcia.
Is that pay-per-view?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all we're gonna say about that. There's nothing else.
We'll be watching.
When is that fight again?
It's the 22nd.
That's a great question, Rocky.
April 22nd.
Okay.
And nobody special on the undercard. Wasn't there a fight last week?
Yeah, it was.
He's like, oh yeah.
Damn, what was his name?
Benavidez.
No. Yeah, that was Benavidez. He does beat up
and Anthony Joshua, I think, fight this weekend.
Fight this weekend, yeah.
I didn't take
his days is number 2.
Yeah.
Really
running off the
Tank Davis. No, Tank Davis is what I'm looking for.
Anything updated on, the fight or, I know he was doing that whole.
Oh no, well, that whole
water
about the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That come to be just talk because every fighter had to do it. There's always some a weight damn, yeah. Okay. Where you can't, regain so much weight.
Right, water weight.
Yeah, but that's in every fight they say. You're allotted the time after once you weigh in, you can come in at anything. you know, you can rehydrate. That's the word I was looking for. The rehydration clause
Okay.
is just a part of boxing. Usually in every match is one. Sometimes they have a catch weight, but you know, it's always where you know, a rehydration clause. But once you do the actual weigh-in the night, you know, the day before, and
Yeah.
then when they have the rehydration clause, the morning of the fight is when you got to weigh in at, you know, whatever the limit is. And then after that, you can rehydrate to whatever. So that's why they say, like, it don't really take effect because you can still rehydrate. It's not like you got to come into the fight at that weight.
Okay.
As long as you make the weight.
So if you come and you make the weight, then you rehydrate, and let's say, like, how many pounds heavier can you be?
There is no limit to that. Once you
So
make
how
the weight,
healthy is that to?
now that depends on the fighter, and they
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
the whole thing is to not have to cut too much weight.
Mhm.
Right, right. So it's not so drastic.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there's my boxing 101. I already knew.
Mine too.
I already knew some of that stuff, but
But wait. So wait. So what are they? Middleweights? Are they heavyweights?
Heavy weights.
No, yeah, because he's a smaller guy. So what's that? Welterweight? What are that? What's that? You said welter?
Lightweight.
Lightweight. So what's the how do you
135.
135. So so you're telling me he can measure the night before, the day before at 135, but then after that go to 140 or and it's okay?
It's okay.
Why do the weigh-in?
Hmm?
Why do the weigh-in if he could potentially be heavier?
Well, if he becomes heavy, it's going to hurt him by
Right.
hydrating that
That's
fast
the whole
overnight.
thing about
weight
the
class.
matchmaking, and you know the weights be actually a part of the contract. First of all,
Right.
that's why they had the weight divisions. But then some of the fights are negotiated down, you know, to as simple as a pound or so, you know, as far as the weight, because of the conditioning of the opponent, you know, trying to make that weight, because they might fight at 135, but they can walk around at like 155 or something like that, you know, on the off, you know, when they're off, and then they have to burn that weight. And then
So when they weigh them to make sure that they're not any larger or any smaller. Larger, right?
Right.
Large, correct.
Yeah.
like you
And
have to
keep in mind
make the
too,
weight.
because one thing Nuke forgot though was too, if they do get larger too, in some cases too, the clauses state too that they get penalized too.
Like,
They can get larger.
That's
They
why I
can
said
get
some of
larger.
that
He's
stuff
right.
is negotiated.
in
You
the
know,
contract.
all that is a part of the negotiation.
Yeah, the contract, right.
Some people have lost their belt because
Belts,
they didn't
right.
make weight. Now, see, that's the difference though. Of long as you make weight, like say you weigh the day before, which is the weigh-in the day before when they usually televise all that, and then when it's like a rehydration clause, the morning of the fight is when you have to make that whatever the clause.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like say right before the fight, you can eat all day or whatever, and then you can actually, now I never knew how they do that. Now, because in them few hours, you can regain like 10 to 15 pounds.
It's a lot of eating.
Which is,
not healthy.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being helpful. But again, that's the whole trick of the conditioning and, not having to burn so much weight so that you don't have to worry about all that. That's why if you ever notice at the weigh-in, they got that Gatorade and all that stuff right there on site to start, rehydrating their body and all that.
But is it like when they want to, like they get older, they want to move up in weight. So then they're in a different weight class. So then they got to make the weight for whatever weight class.
That's what usually causes them to move up to weight, trying to.
Right. Exactly.
Because
it gets harder.
Around at one weight, during the off season. And so, they don't have to burn so much weight. They'll just move up to the next weight class.
So sometimes some people, in their aim to make the weight, they lose everything when they go to the fight. They're spent because
that's
their
what
body
I'm
went
saying.
through so much.
Yeah, you work so hard to lose all the weight, then you lightheaded. So you eat to get some sustainability to you.
You can actually see it in some of the fighters at the weigh-ins. They look
Mhm.
So again, that's the whole thing about,
Weight class.
which make champions. Like Mayweather ain't hardly ever had that problem.
Mm-mm.
He maintained his conditioning and stayed around the weight class that he was going to fight at, and then he didn't have that problem hardly ever.
Some fighters have discipline and some don't.
And that's the difference.
And also too, they pick the fights. They pick the fights that they want to that they want to fight too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a part of being the A side. When you have that,
Right.
when you can, then you can pick the fights.
Right, when you got that leverage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what keep a lot of the fights going. Trying to the smallest little thing, the weight, the venue, the gloves.
Whatever edge you can get.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So
So that
I'm
was
steady looking forward.
That was a good little round table about boxing. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yes. So we will talk. So when there's a Thursday segment, I usually don't have one right away because by the time Gerald edits it, it's like Saturday, and then I put it not even Saturday because depending on his schedule, I don't put it out until Monday. So I don't want to meet again because I do pay for the segments to be edited. So I try to have them, right now on Thursdays unless there's a game and I'll have to move it back to Tuesday. So right now, the schedule looks like we can meet next Thursday, and
Do the schedule on the thing,
I just want to let my folks know what's going on.
All right.
Okay. It's about communication, Kevin.
Don't usually do that often.
No, because then the OG check is on it. Like, Meek, where's this at? And then I'll forget to send a text like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? Ain't nobody tell me.
Tuesdays, right. So yeah, so I try to, this is
Hey,
the forum to tell them.
I just work here.
You sure do.
Yeah, I rushed home from the supermarket the other night for nothing. You know what I mean? I left half the groceries.
I'm sorry. I won't let it happen again. So I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page for next Thursday. Tentatively, if there's a game on Thursday, then I'll move it to Tuesday. But right now, we'll keep it on Thursday. And subscribe, leave a comment. And thank you, crew. It was a good conversation. Go Sixers. Oh, I'm not rooting for anybody with the Bucks and Celtics, right? So right. It's good.
You're rooting for Milwaukee always against the Celtics. Yeah.
Adrian, who you rooting for?
Win tonight.
Can it be a tie?
She said Jock Vaughn, whoever he playing for.
No, well, look, the Sixers are chasing Boston, so we want.
Yeah, I want Boston to lose. I do want Boston to lose.
Right.
We always want Boston to lose.
Boston is the Cowboys.
Right, always.
You're right.
They don't look like they're going to
right
lose
now,
tonight,
right.
but it's still early.
All right, well, I don't want us to get cut off, so let's go watch that game, and I'll talk to you guys next Thursday.
All right.
Good segment, guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Peace.